Welcome back, Greenway faithful. This is Jay Kaufman coming to you with the new season of Sideline Sports, where you'll get game day insight and sideline strategy from St. Edward's coaches and their players here on Wave Radio. Join me today for our senior night special edition of Sideline Sports, our varsity's finest. We got number 52, Brett Kruska, defensive tackle and offensive tackle. Number 55, Vincenzo Moro, defensive end. Number 67, Ryan West, defensive and offensive tackle. Number 75, Phil Welch, defensive tackle. Number 77, Chaz Mygett, offensive line and defensive line. Number 79, Matthew Petty, offensive line and defensive line. And last but not least, number 85, Luca Corso, defensive back and wide receiver. As I look around the room, I have to acknowledge that I know I'm surrounded by some of the biggest talent the St. Edward's football team has seen in its 13-year history under Coach Rowe. And I want to thank you all for coming down today and supporting Sideline Sports.
Thanks for having us, Jake.
No problem, Jake. Thank you.
Now, you've all done podcast interviews with me offering up game day insight, sideline strategy. But tonight, as we celebrate you, our seniors, I want our listeners to hear from you what it has meant to be a part of the Greenway Football Brotherhood as this chapter in your life comes to an end.
Well, being a Greenway football player has definitely been some of the best moments of my life. Never forget anything that's happened. Playing with some of my best friends that I'll ever have in my life. I love all of them, and being part of the Greenway family has made me love the game so much more.
No, and Chenzo, what do you have to add on now that this chapter is coming to an end?
I mean, it's not all, being part of this team is not just about football. It's about what we were taught outside of football, our leadership, and everything we just do. Coach always makes it a point to be respectful, hold the doors open, go out and make sure you do something good every day, and that's what I like about this team. And I like that my relationships with people have grown much farther than I ever thought it would with anybody, and it's amazing how a football team could be a family.
Well, thank you, Chenzo. Thank you, Brett. Now, West, what do you have to say about your time in the 4 years in this program?
I have to say it's probably the greatest group of people I've ever met, and I'm happy to have them as my friends throughout my entire life. We've definitely grown a lot together. Even Luca, who's only been here for 2 years, I feel like we've grown to be good friends with him also, even though he hasn't had the full 4 years experience as we had. And adding on to Chenzo with Coach Rowe, I mean, he really did teach us to become good role models to everyone and to kind of be the leaders of the school. And I think everyone here has really added on and shown that we can lead.
Well, thank you, Wes, for your response. And last but not least, Phil, what do you have to say about this time?
So looking back on it after the season, we just really grown together in a brotherhood. We've always been there for each other. I mean, like Chenzo said, it's not all about just being there for football. We always hang out on the weekends together, just doing everything together. We've just grown so much together as friends. We're just a tight-knit group.
Well, thank you, Phil, for your response, and I also got to give you a shout-out. That I thought that was great last night of you asking Oscar to carry on your legacy of the number 75. I got to give it to you, man. And lastly, Chaz, Matt, and Luca, is there anything you want the rest of the coaching staff to know about what it's meant to spend these last 4 years under the Friday Night Lights with them?
I'd say I just like to let them know how much we appreciate them and how thankful we are. Just adding on to everybody else that's already spoken, they've just taught us so much. We just have to be so thankful. Not only have they taught us football, just they've taught us things that are going to be really important later on in life. And I'd say football is just a bonus, and I think that they've helped us to grow and become mature and the good people we are today.
Well, thank you, Chaz. Petty, what do you have to say?
I would just like to thank the coaches for everything they've done for us, helping us develop as students and athletes, and many things that we've done on and off the field. I would just like to thank them for everything.
Well, thank you, Petty. Thank you for your response. And Luca, is there anything that the coaches, would you like them to know anything? Because you've been with this brotherhood for 2 years. You haven't been there with 4. But what has been it about these 2 years in the program?
Within the past 2 years of being in the program, I've seen that the coaches instill a mindset to have good character, good drive, and I really think that drives the team because honestly, I've never really been part of a group of guys who have been driven for success like this. So, yeah, that's really it. I want to thank the coaches for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this team, and that's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Luca. I say it's been great knowing you guys these past 3 years. Since I'm only a junior and you guys are all seniors, I just want to say it's been a great 3 years in knowing you guys. Well, I wish you all the best, guys, tonight on the field and in life. This football program has prepared you all well. This is Jay Coffin signing off with the Varsity Seniors for this special edition of Sideline Sports. Until next time.